4 months ago, Virginia became the 16th state to legalize the recreational use of marijuana. This law change has already had an impact on residents of Virginia. In 2020, after the decriminalization of marijuana, there was almost a 50% drop in marijuana arrests. This law has also impacted people with medical issues who are now able to use the substance for comfort and relief. Many Radford students felt this law change was long overdue.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just makes it safer to use anyway.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that smoked anyways, so it was like, it's happening. Other places started doing it. It was only a matter of time, really.
I just think legalization is long overdue, especially with people being put in jail for such a long time for small possession and stuff like that. And I don't know, if people want to smoke, let them smoke.
I think it's about time Virginia legalized marijuana, just because being a criminal justice student, I think there are more benefits to having it legalized than having it unlegalized, and just the amount of problems it was created.
Jeff Dodson, the Radford City Chief of Police, sat down for an interview and discussed the new law.
In July of 2021, the law changed to legalize simple possession for marijuana in the state of Virginia. So with that, up to an ounce of marijuana now is legal to possess in the state of Virginia, where previously that was either criminal or a non-criminal offense.
Before the law change, and even now after, it seems that Radford University doesn't have a significant problem with the substance compared to other regions.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really say it's a problem. I mean, we have people that have possessed marijuana, and there's, people that are distributing marijuana, but I wouldn't really say that specifically it is a problem specific of the Radford University population or students. Do we get people that have marijuana and they're not supposed to have it? Sure we do. They do up the street, and they do down the street too. But I would say that, some of the concerns that I have related to personal use of marijuana and kind of the law is that right now, currently in Virginia, it's legal to have an ounce of marijuana, but there's no legal way to get it. So where are people getting their marijuana? And the concern with that is that if you're getting marijuana from the guy that's dealing it on the street, what does that marijuana have in it? And we're having a lot of concerns now with like fentanyl and things like that, and marijuana THC, is a higher quantity now. So we have had instances here in the city of Radford where somebody has some type of a medical emergency because they've ingested, an edible or something that has marijuana in it, and it's a very high concentration of THC that maybe they have a bad reaction to.
When asked if he thought Radford University will have an issue with marijuana now that it is legal, Dodson explains that with the proper precautions, it shouldn't be.
I don't see it being a huge issue. Again, my only caution with this would be things that can be, kind of combined with that legal marijuana. Right now, I think in Virginia, I think the cart was a little bit before the horse. We said, hey, let's legalize it, but there's no legal way to get it. I'm okay, if there's a legal way to get it and there's a safe way for folks to get it. But if folks are buying it from the guy or gal on the corner and it possibly contains other bad stuff that might hurt somebody, that's where we need to be cautious. So again, I think if folks follow the law, they possess less than an ounce, and they if they're growing 4 plants, they keep them labeled and they keep them behind the fence and everything that they're supposed to do by code. And another big thing is driving. Impaired driving is a big thing in the state of Virginia, even if it's not alcohol related. So just making sure that people that are consuming marijuana, they're not getting behind the wheel of a car. So.
According to the Radford University Crime and Fire Log, there were 6 reports of marijuana on campus in the month of November. But do Radford students really come in contact with marijuana as much as the reports would suggest?
Yes, I've seen it in parties. I've seen it in dorms. Not in years since I last been in a dorm, but yeah, I've seen it everywhere.
On my way to one of my classes this week, I literally saw someone light a blunt and was walking across campus with it.
Now, what happens if you get in trouble on campus with marijuana as a Radford University student? Well, the simple answer is you'll be sent to the conduct office and then probably to Ashley Hogue.
So I'm Ashley. I'm the alcohol and other drug counselor with the SAVES department, and SAVES stands for Substance Abuse and Violence Education Services. We do lots of programming. We go to classrooms and we kind of teach on different topics, whether it be about consent, whether it be about alcohol use, and we provide advocacy services for students who have been survivors of domestic violence or other sexual violent accounts. And then there's myself, and I see students who are either mandated to see me through the conduct office or who are seeking substance use services voluntarily. So the marijuana thing is handled very similar to alcohol. So on alcohol, if you're 21, you can consume it off campus. You can't consume it on campus. Marijuana is the same way. If you are of age and you are not on campus, you can use it. However, if you catch a charge for it, whether it's excessive use, excessive possession, whatever the Virginia law states, or you're under the age of 21 and you get in trouble for marijuana with the state laws, you will have a conduct charge, and then you will more than likely see myself.
As Hogue said, if you get in trouble off campus with marijuana, you will be mandated to see the conduct board. But how do students feel about this?
As long as it's off campus, I don't think so, because it's kind of in their own space, in their own home. I understand the thought process of preparing you for a job or something like that, but again, it's not something that you're doing to somebody else to put them in harm's way, and it's not something that is completely life-threatening to you at all. So no, I don't think that you should face conduct charges for something like smoking marijuana or whatever off campus, because at that point it's kind of out of their realm.
If you're 18, of course, you're caught up, you have to face consequences. But if you're above 21, I feel like you should just be charged a fee, but not really have a conduct charge on your thing. It's just okay, I'll just pay out of pocket.
I think it should depend on the situation.
Yeah.
If you're above the age of 21, just let that roll back. It's not that big of a deal because they're a full adult. But if you're selling it and you're 19, it's a little bit of a problem. It's still illegal to sell. So
Yeah, if you're doing something strictly illegal, if you're not 21 and you're using it or possess more than the legal amount and the police catch you, I kind of see you're probably going to get a conduct charge.
yeah, makes sense.
If anything, a $25 fine, because that's
Yeah, maybe
About
something
the same.
similar to the parking ticket.
Going back to what Chief Dodson explained, the main issue around marijuana in Virginia is that there is no legal way to get it. This affects Radford University students over 21, as well as any other Virginia resident. Many students can legally possess the drug, but have no way of getting it without the possibility of getting in trouble with the police and therefore the university. Most all of the students that were interviewed said that there should not be a conduct charge for getting in trouble with marijuana off campus. But until the university updates its smoking policy, marijuana charges will be conducted the same way as alcohol charges, which will most likely start with a meeting with the conduct board. If you'd like more information on Radford University's current policies, go to radford.edu.